Hey, it's Mike Jacob coming to you from Jerusalem with our thought for the week. This week's Parsha Bo discusses the exodus from Egypt. And if we take a closer look at a couple of things, there's a couple of questions we're going to have. First of all, if we ask ourselves the famous question of why we eat matzah on Pesach, what would we answer? It's because when it came time to leave Egypt, they rushed out and didn't have time to bake their bread. But if you take a close look at the Parsha, they actually left on the 15th of Nisan, but they were given a commandment on the 1st of Nisan that when it comes to the 15th, you're going to eat matzahs. So what does this do with rushing out? They had the mitzvah anyways from the 1st of the month. Question number one. Question number two. Again, we all know, there's a famous medrash that says if the Jews would have stuck around in Egypt another second longer, they would have delved down to the lowest level of impurity, the 50th level of tumah. They never would have left. There's also questions on that. First of all, the timing was so perfect that if they would have stayed a second longer, what does that mean? And second thing is, the past year they've been seeing all these plagues. They didn't get something out of that. They didn't, get inspired a little bit from seeing all these plagues, God bringing 10 plagues upon Egypt, that, they would have stayed a second longer. It doesn't make any sense. So the answer's like this. The answer is when they left on the 15th day of Nisan, that was the Jewish people creating themselves as a nation. God was creating a new nation, the Jewish people. And at that moment when they were being created, Hashem says, get out of Egypt. But, in order to do that, they couldn't just say, okay, I'm going to go. They couldn't do it in a slow way. They had to do it quickly, with alacrity, with zrizas. That's how they had to leave Egypt. So Hashem gave them the mitzvah of matzah, which say, you're going to make a suda, but do it quickly. Do things quick. Get the matzah going. He gave them the mitzvah the first day of Nisan, but the mitzvah was to do it quickly. And the same thing with the other issue that we had of staying that extra minute. The issue was they were going to create themselves as a nation. Just do it quickly, do it quick. Because if you're not going to do it quickly, if you're not going to push and do it with a drive and a desire and a fire, you're not going to be able to create yourself as a nation. And that's something that we have to think about in our own avoda. When we go to learn, when we daven, we move quickly, we get to shul quickly, we don't want to leave that quickly, but to do the mitzvahs is to do it with a drive, a desire, and quickly with the zrizas. Not lazy, whatever, If we do it that way, we elevate ourselves, we elevate Klal Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom, take care.